What's up guys, my name is ESO and in today's GreedFall weapon guide I'm going to be showing you how to get the Great Scythe, a legendary weapon located in GreedFall that you can get during the main quest line, but it is actually a missable weapon, so I thought I would make a guide about it for you guys. But before we get into it, let's take a look, because it has a requirement of two-handed heavy weapons and a strength requirement of 4, which is pretty high considering it only does 387 physical damage and armor damage of 22 and a quality of 98. Now it is a completely unique legendary weapon, and I mean it does look insane. It is a scythe after all. But the only thing is that you can't actually upgrade it beyond its standard stats. So unless you're not interested in crafting at all, it may not even be worth grabbing this weapon. But it is drawing a main quest that you can pick it up for yourself. So you might as well if you're already in the cave that you obtain this item. But now I'm going to go and show you the location you can grab this unique weapon for yourself if you are interested. And of course guys, if you find this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and press that bell icon, and then YouTube will let you know whenever I post another unique weapon guide for you guys to check out. So in order to get the scythe guys, it's really quite simple. After the prologue, you'll leave Serene and you'll come to New Serene, and then you'll eventually work your way to the city here of Hikmet. Once you speak to the ambassador of this city, he will send you on a mission to find a lost exhibition, which will be here in the Vale of the Great Battle. Once you finish that quest line, you'll then be sent to the north in the Ancestors Woods, and that's basically how you unlock this location. Just carry on playing the game normally if you haven't come here yet, and you'll find it eventually anyway. But once you get to this location, the map looks like this. You come in at this side over here, and you can find a couple of skill locations just here in the north and down here in the south as well. But the location we want to come to is on the top left. And once you get here, you'll need to do a little mini quest, which is part of the quest at this location, to open this giant door here. Which is pretty simple to do. You just need to find a plant, and as long as you follow the quest, you'll be able to do it. But once you come inside this place, the weapon is then missable. So that's where I'm going to show you how to actually get it and just walk you through this location basically. I've already taken the liberty of killing all of the enemies here, so we can just literally run through. It's a pretty linear path, but there's just one part where if you don't go a certain way, you can miss it. And it's actually quite easy to miss, especially if you've spec'd the Vigor skill, because then you would just take the shortcut and miss out on the rest of the cavern. But if you're like me and you like literally exploring everything, then you probably won't miss it, because you'll make sure you explore everything in the cavern. So at this point, you can either go north through those two wooden posts there, but you need 2 vigor in order to jump over the gap, or you can go right through that cavern there. And if I show you on the map, this is the entrance just here. If you go directly north, that's the little jump section, or you can go to the right here. And you're going to go right, and then you're going to go right again. So let's go down here and I'll just show you where we're going. So we're going right down here, and then you can go left or right on the next section after we drop down. And if you guys actually crouch it, you can see there's lots of these bat enemies on the ceiling. A lot of people don't seem to realize this, but if you just crouch and walk past, you don't trigger them. So it can save you a battle. If you're playing on like extreme difficulty like me, then you'll probably want to do this, because it just saves you some time and health potions really, especially at this point in the game where some of the enemies are a little bit spammy. You can avoid them like that. So we're just going to carry on here north now, and now we're going to take the path to the right instead of left. And you can see we kind of go into this cave with all these stalagmites and stalactites. If you know which is which, and leave a comment below, I will like it. But here we are. This is the ancient scythe, the Great Scythe indeed. So you can pick that up now, and I'll have a look at this weapon. I'm not using two-handed weapons on my character, but if we take a look here, the Great Scythe, I mean, it looks insane. Look, my character's even posing on those rocks there, because he knows he looks that epic. but it has a damage of 387, a armor damage of 22, and then it has a quality of 98, very high quality. Stun chance of 150%, a fury generation of 11%, which is super high for a two-handed weapon, really nice. And the cost of furious attacks are 33%, which is quite high. It does require strength of 4 to actually wield it though, and it is the only scythe in the game, so it's like completely unique in that sense. Just to give you guys a comparison, if I compare it to Kurt's weapon, he's currently using a sharpened steel broadsword, which requires an agility of 3. As you can see, the scythe does more armor damage and has a higher quality, and it still does a considerable amount of damage, but it's actually less than the sword. It's a decent weapon. It mainly just looks really cool, but personally I don't use it. I just wanted to show you guys where it is. And also, it's worth noting as well, the sword can be this random greatsword I've got can be upgraded even further to do more damage, whereas the scythe isn't upgradable at all. So it just looks cool really, and it's just a cool legendary weapon to have in your collection. And I wanted to show you guys where it was. But that is where you find it. Let me show you on the map quickly. It is from here, you go directly north, and it's on the top right of the map just here. So that's where you get the Great Scythe, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and you can find out a bunch of other unique legendary weapons linked down below in the description. If that interests you, please go ahead and check them out. Thanks very much for watching me, ESO, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.